Hello, this is Nagini. She is about 5 months old, give or take, right around 23 inches. And I'm going to be feeding her tonight a small rat. This is the prey item. It is frozen thawed, and I just figured I'd go ahead and shoot the video. Now, I do feed her frozen thawed. Um, I personally feel that, in my opinion, that, seeing and hear some of the horror stories about live, attacking and hurting the other uh, snakes. I personally don't want to take that chance, even though you should be around to see it happen, so you can stop it. But yeah, feed frozen thawed. Yeah, frozen thawed. It's much easier to keep it on hand and a lot easier to feed. You don't have to worry about being inhumane, as some people would, be afraid, even though it does happen in the wild. I personally would like to feed her live once, but still haven't done it. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the scene until she uh, starts swallowing, and then once she does, I'll come back. Alright, so she just unwrapped, and she's starting to. And during this time, while she's eating, I go ahead and clean out her water dish and make sure there's no extra surprise in her tank for me when I go in. And other than that, she pretty much does her thing. Um, if you guys have any questions, any tips, anything like that, please feel free to let me know what you got. Comment, message, do whatever. Anybody that comments or has any questions. And then I have a king snake. He is in shit at the moment. And then my sister has a baby ball python, and she is just about maybe 2 or 3 months old. I'd say probably closer to 2 months. She's only about 18 inches now, and she's eating fuzzy rats. We had actually trouble feeding her. She wouldn't eat for 3 weeks, but finally we got her eating. All right, again, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it, and then once she's halfway, put it back on. So she's just about halfway down, and usually the last bit here is very quick. and I feed all my snakes on the weekend. Usually, I try my best to do it on Sunday. Sometimes either could happen the day before or on Monday, depending on what's going on. And they all just get one mouse or rat apiece, and again, that's weekly. They're all still, well, the one's a baby. The king snake is probably about a year old. He's pretty big. You can see him in one of my other videos, and and her, well, she's getting there. She's come a long way. When I got her from the pet store, I got her from Petco, or sorry, from PetSmart. I know you shouldn't buy them from a pet store, but when I purchased her, she didn't eat for the 4 weeks that the pet store had her, and I was a little leery on that because I've always heard these guys are finicky eaters, and she's my first snake, so I was a little worried as far as what I was gonna do, but the first night she tried to eat, she couldn't eat. The one side of her jaw wasn't properly popped down so she could take the food, and then 2 days later I fed her, and she took just fine. And she hasn't been a problem eater for me since. She's been doing great. She started on hopper mice and slowly moved up, and now she's on small rats. And if anybody's watching this wanting to get snake, I recommend ball pythons. They are again one of the more docile animals, and very very reluctant to bite. They'll she struck at me one time, but that was my own fault. But her mouth was closed, and they usually do a warning strike. And of course, they always ball up if they feel scared. But if you give them a reason to, they will bite. But you really shouldn't give your animal a reason to. It's pretty interesting here, the last part with the back legs. She usually either wraps up a little bit to kind of condense them down a little bit, or she'll just use the side of glass, which she did on the left side first and then move to the right side to get that last bit in. It looks like she's about to do it now. Feeding frozen thaw may not be as exciting as watching live if you enjoy seeing that, um, and I do realize that. But I prefer the safety of the animal, and you know that way the other animal doesn't have to suffer as it's being killed, even though it's natural. But still, I know there's a like I did my research before I got her, so I know that I always looked around for feeding videos and stuff like that, and this way it kind of gives people the opportunity to ask questions from me or from other people that may see or comment. So she's finishing up here, getting the last bit down. Legs have passed, now she has the tail. But feeding day is always a bit of an event. I know a lot of people like to see it. You know, I have people asking you, well, you know, when are you gonna feed them next? I want to see it. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's good times all around. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you're here, and if you're talking bad on the video because you don't like seeing snakes eat even dead animals, you probably shouldn't have watched it to begin with. So, thanks again for watching. She's gonna finish up here, and I gotta go do some stuff. So thanks, and have a good day.